everybody that he was actually going to take less money. It's brilliant. He puts it out there, hey, I'm working with the Lakers. I'm going to take less money if we get some of these guys. If you actually then dive into what would have to happen for him to take less money, it was almost impossible. They had to clear out half the roster in order to get one of the guys that they wanted, and then he would take less money. He was never actually going to take less money because he knew there was no way they were going to pull off what they had to pull off. That all said, CC, you are a Lakers fan. You've got a Lakers hat in front of you. Yeah. The draft day hat from the Lakers. Yeah. That, as you say, Killer Mike, our great guy Mike, who runs this whole operation here, got for you. Yeah. I guess Bronny didn't get it, but CC did because Bronny didn't show up to the draft here. He had his own draft party. So CC has Bronny's hat from the draft in the second round.
Priorities.
Yeah. Do you feel like they missed out on Klay?
Yeah, they missed out on Klay. I thought Klay Thompson would have taken it to the next level because they've prioritized shooting this offseason. Look at who they hired as their head coach, J.J. Redick, who was a prolific three-point shooter in his role in the NBA for over a decade. They went out and they drafted Dalton Knecht, or I guess Dalton Knecht fell to them with the 17th overall pick, which was an outstanding get by Rob Pelinka. And so I think that's the direction that they need to go just because they were so bad when it came to the amount of production that they got in three-point makes. They were 28th in three-point makes last season. They've got to improve on that in order to have success and compete once we get to the postseason. And so I thought Klay Thompson would be an extension of that. His dad played with the franchise. His dad does the radio broadcast for the franchise during the season. This is a guy that grew up watching the Lakers, hanging around Staples Center. This is a guy that loves Southern California, loves to surf. So do you have that element going for you? And the fact that you weren't able to get Klay Thompson or convince Klay Thompson that you were closer in order to compete for a championship than the Dallas Mavericks is a little bit disappointing for me, especially when you have two top 15 players in LeBron and AD.
It's been an interesting offseason for the Lakers to think that this organization goes after Bobby Hurley and he says no.
Danny Hurley.
Or excuse me, Danny Hurley, not Bobby Hurley, my bad. Danny
I would have took Bobby Hurley.
Yeah, Danny Hurley.
Junior.
No.
Yes.
Either one, just a Hurley.
Yes.
Just any of the Hurleys.
Hurleys.
Yeah,
Yes.
They go after Danny Hurley. He says no. They go after Klay Thompson. He says no as well. And the Lakers are one of those crown jewel franchises in sports that you just assume whenever they have their target on someone, and that if the offer is compelling enough, that weighing okay, I could go here, or I could play for the Lakers, or I could play with LeBron. You just kind of assume that would have a little bit more juice to it. But I think we're seeing in real time that that's not the same as it once was, and that people are looking at different situations and they're valuing what they consider to be a better construct and potentially a better chance at winning over a place like the Lakers, even though it is a legacy franchise and even though LeBron James is there.
I wonder if looking back on this, LeBron ordered this all incorrectly. So his move was to make sure that the Lakers drafted his son, 55th overall, which they obviously did. Once he made sure that they drafted his son, he actually lost all the power relative to his free agency because the Lakers know at that point he's going to come back. He's not going to push us to do this and then go play for Philadelphia. If he did it another way, would his team be better? Let me explain. If LeBron James tried to make sure his son did not get drafted and he became an undrafted free agent, LeBron then holds all the power. Because what he could say to Bronny is, you're coming with me wherever I go. I'm going to get you an NBA roster spot. What you do with that NBA roster spot is up to you. But I'm going to get you an NBA roster spot. If Bronny is not drafted 55th overall, and LeBron James theoretically wants them to call the Detroit Pistons and say, we're going to offer you D'Angelo Russell, and we're going to give you a first-round pick to take D'Angelo Russell off of our hands. At that point, they would then have the mid-level exception available to them to sign Klay Thompson. The deal that basically goes to the Mavs, from the Mavs could go to Klay with the Lakers. But once they draft Bronny, the Lakers do not have to mortgage future picks to get LeBron back because they know he's coming back. And I understand that LeBron wanted his son's name called at the NBA draft and Bronny wanted his own name called. But if he goes undrafted, that is a huge card where the Lakers would have to make every single move possible that he would want in order for him to then sign with the team again. Because they know he's signing with the team right now.
No doubt.
They're not worried about that at all because he's not going to then go play. Let's just pretend Paul George doesn't happen. He's not going to go play for Philadelphia and leave Bronny in LA. Right. But if Bronny goes undrafted, he could sit there and say, well, no. you better get rid of this guy, and this guy to get Klay, and then Bronny and I join your team. I wonder, with all of the power that he possesses, if he actually sequenced this incorrectly.
So he prioritized things incorrectly?
Well, if we believe drafting Bronny was actually about LeBron, right, and not as much about LeBron, or at least as it is about Bronny,
Yeah.
well, what's the difference then if you're going to continue doing it this way? Because he doesn't hear his name called? You think that my favorite player, who's an ESPN analyst, Udonis Haslem, cares that his name wasn't called, or does he care that he played 20 years in the league and won 3 championships?
That part.
Right. I mean, like, so what are we talking about here? Because, by the way, Paul George does not sign with the Sixers if LeBron is willing to potentially meet with other teams. Paul George has to wait.
Yeah.
He has to wait. If LeBron James meets with Daryl Morey in free agency, the president of the Sixers, Paul George has to wait on LeBron James. We call Paul George the best available free agent because we didn't look at LeBron James as available.
No.
He's just a free agent. But imagine if Bronny was not on the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, you create maximum leverage for yourself.
Correct.
And you pressure the organization to doing exactly what you want, which is not just drafting your son, but also adding a significant piece that can form a trio that will allow the Lakers to make a deep playoff run. I get what you're saying. I guess the way I look at it with the Los Angeles Lakers now that we missed out on Klay Thompson is that their next significant move is more likely than not going to come right before the trade deadline in the upcoming season.
Yep.
I don't know that they're going to be in on DeMar DeRozan. I don't see him as a guy that LeBron James is going to be willing to take a pay cut for, and I don't give a damn what anybody else out there says in terms of medias or pundits that are saying that the Lakers could potentially pursue him. I just don't see that happening. I don't think it's as seamless as a fit as Klay Thompson would have been just because DeMar is not a prolific three-point shooter. Now, DeMar is an assassin in the mid-range. He's a highly productive scorer. You know what you're going to get from him, 24, 25 points a game on 47, 48% shooting, which is valuable. But I don't think he creates the opportunities for LeBron and AD that Klay Thompson would have by his ability to be able to space the floor. So I think the Lakers' next significant move is going to come at the trade deadline. Teams inevitably fall out of it. Somebody wants to move out of a contract, and then the Los Angeles Lakers have a lot of tradable contracts when you look at guys like D'Angelo Russell, when you look at Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes, and Cam Reddish. So I think that's what the Lakers are going to look to do next. It's not going to happen this summer. It's probably going to happen during the regular season. We just hope that it comes in time to salvage the season and keep enough gas in the tank for LeBron and AD so they're ready when playoff basketball rolls around in May.
You said you were surprised that Klay didn't want to be with the Lakers, the surfing, the Southern California. Now I'm just dying to know, is he going to ride a horse to the game? Because he would take his boat to the game at the Bay. Do you ride a horse to the game in Texas? He can't just get to the game by way of car.
Yeah, what's the arrival game?
Right, what's the arrival game? Horse? No?
I don't know that would be fun, but that doesn't feel necessarily so safe.
No.
A horse could react and you could get injured. Imagine that happens.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess I do understand why.
Didn't work out for Cespedes when he did that.
Oh, my God. Yo, it is Cespedes references. Let's go. Can't these power rankings of top 5 players that shouldn't ride a horse? Next on Sportsmanlike, presented by Progressive.
Jenkins, my pistol's out now. Make sure y'all go run that up. You heard it live from your boy Bobby Shmurda. Get out.
Chase gang.
You live by it, you die by it, that shit true. Lost a couple homies, some real shit I got hit too. Gotta watch your back, you get killed, niggas are spin through. Where would I be without my pistol? You live by it, you die by it, that shit true. Lost a couple homies, some real shit I got hit too. Gotta watch your back, you get killed, niggas are spin through. Where would I be without my pistol? Where would I be without my pistol? My pistol. Where would I be without my? Them niggas caught me lacking, had that thing right by my side. Already one in the head, nigga, this shit do or die. You fuck around and lose your life, you come and playing with mine. I told them boys this shit get hot when you playing with fire. Boy better not jump up on that block if he ain't ready to ride. Goofy must've thought it was cool, we just trying to survive. That must've went over his head, same way bullets gon' fly. You know that shit ain't got no name once they open they glide. Need to stop shooting from that corner, nigga, run down my side. Niggas saying they doing drills, taking innocent lives. Niggas shooting for clout, they never really hitting them guys. I keep it on me all the time, but would I be without my... You live by it, you die by it, that shit true. Lost a couple homies, some real shit I got hate too. Gotta watch your back, you get killed, niggas that spin through. Where would I be without my pistol? You live by it, you die by it, that shit true. Lost a couple homies, some real shit I got hate too. Gotta watch your back, you get killed, niggas that spin through. Where would I be without my... Where would I be without my pistol? Where would I be without my... Where would I be without my... Where would I be without my Glock? Yeah. She a thotty, she be all over my body. Can I love you or you are for everybody? If I leave, she coming right beside me. Like, was only one by my side. Not gon' play, nigga, you gon' die. The eyes broken, them niggas, they been fried. Like, free skim, he got locked for homicide. Like, so I'm trapping on my lonely. And I'm swerving in the foreign by my dolly. And these niggas outside not really my homies. Free gang, free broke, free the homies. Like, why they talking like they on that, but these niggas ain't on shit. All my niggas sliding and my niggas talking blicks. Daddy on my side and she really with the shit. Talking real crazy, she gon' push a nigga away. So I'm trapping on my lonely.